We're the Y'all Show, and it's time to put your food hat on, Matt Heermans, as we're back here on the show that covers everything Southern, including our cuisine. And Matt Heermans, we go to him to find out what's going on in the South in terms of food, especially in terms of barbecue. And we have a holiday heading our way in just a few days, Labor Day 2020. And why not talk a little food and grilling? And for some of you, it might be the last opportunity you have to get out there to the grill before it gets oh so chilly, which seems almost impossible for some of you right now. But Matt Heermans, we welcome you back onto the show that's all about the South. Hello, Barbecue Barrister.
Hello. I was born with a food hat, by the way. It's a rare thing, but yeah, I'm the rare guy, born with a food hat on.
I like it. All right. Okay. First off, some of the South in the last couple of days endured Hurricane Laura. I know you were one of, I guess, millions that had to evacuate. Hopefully you came out of that as best you could. And what'd you do food-wise while you were an evacuee?
Yes, we did. We left. My parents have about 22 acres up in rural East Texas. We took the opportunity to go up there and hang out. And luckily, Galveston, where I live, was spared. Didn't really get a whole lot of any of it. It looked like it was headed to us, and then it cruised off. Unfortunately for the folks in Southwest Louisiana, it did some pretty awful damage over there. So hopefully anybody who's listening out there is doing fine in Southwest Louisiana. But what I did was a whole heck of a lot of barbecue, which is shocking to I know our listeners. But yeah, my dad has a collection of cookers up there. I know it's something that runs in the family. Some could say a sickness, but that's what I did. I cooked a lot of meat. I used several different cookers and had a really good time. I wore everybody else out on ribs, but I had a heck of a good time. So I guess that's the important thing.
Your family didn't have any problem with you cooking ribs and such?
No, I mean, I guess they kind of knew that it was going to happen one way or the other. So, there was a coach that said, if it's going to happen, you might as well lie back and enjoy it. And I think that's what everybody did, because they knew I was going to cook ribs till I got done with all the cookers on the porch out there. So I did, and everybody enjoyed the ribs, and it was a good time. So I did multiple racks of ribs. I did one every day for I think 4 days in a row.
Are you kidding me?
I did. That's what I did. Tried to get a little work done, but I manned the smoker every day, and it was fun. It was a heck of a good time. I think my wife won't want to eat ribs for another year or so, but I'm already kind of wanting some more.
Well, it is Labor Day 2020 headed our way just a few days. Does that mean ribs for you, or do you do something a little bit different in terms of Labor Day and barbecue?
Yeah, I think I really like being married a lot. So I think I'm going to go ahead and skip ribs this Labor Day, although they are kind of my love. But we'll do something different. We may change it up and I may do a chicken. I may do a spatchcock chicken. I think we've kind of talked about that method before. Spatchcock.
Oh, yeah.
I think, yeah, you remember we talked about that method on the show before.
We have new viewers. I mean, we're growing like kudzu here on the Y'all Show. So go ahead and educate those who may not know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's a PG-13 sounding term, but what it really is you take a whole chicken and you cut down the back. So the spinal cord area, you cut the spine out, you kind of run some poultry shears down each side of the spinal cord. You pop that spinal cord out, you flatten the bird out, and then you cook it that way. Instead of just a whole chicken sitting here like you imagine a turkey or something, you flatten the bird out, and that way you get more heat, you get more smoke on both sides of the bird. So it cooks a little bit faster. But really, it just gives you a different texture, particularly on the skin. It will give you a nice, crispy, bite-through skin that is different than regular smoked chicken, and that's one of the advantages. So A little bit different way to do it. It's faster, and it gives you, like I say, a little bit different texture, a little bit different smoke. Since you've got the bird opened up, that smoke is able to get in there a little bit through the backside of the bird, give you a little more flavor. So it's a pretty cool way to do things, and it looks neat, honestly, as well. So, like I say, we've talked about it before. It's a cool method. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get away from the pig for just a little bit. I'll be back to the pig shortly, but I think we might get away from it.
That's what you're doing, Matt Heermans, getting away from the pig, going to perhaps the yard bird. But if you had to lay it all out for us here on the Y'all Show, is there some kind of customary, traditional dish that people try to serve up Labor Day weekend?
Well, I mean, ribs is always a good option for Labor Day.
But not for you.
Always good for me, but like I say, I might be a little ribbed out at the moment, although I'll be back. Okay. But no, I would say what I think of when I think of Labor Day is people getting together, people hanging out together, a group of folks, even in COVID times, I think there are going to be people getting together, socializing, hanging out with one another. And I think of big pieces of meat. So I think of brisket. I think of pork butt. I think of those types of meat. Big meat that feeds a lot of people. Because Labor Day get-togethers are usually pretty large. Typically, we would be talking about college football Labor Day. And I think we're talking about I'll tell you what. Yeah, we're talking about one game that weekend. So we've already covered that one. But it's not going to be a football extravaganza, but it can be a meat extravaganza, and we can still get together and have fun. So I'm thinking pork butt or a brisket, something very large, feed a lot of people. That's what I think of.
Well, you mentioned college football. I do want to let people know that coming this weekend, there is going to be at least some college football games that you can grill and enjoy cooking. And
I'm sorry, Big 12, that's right.
This week. As I mentioned, the Central Arkansas Bears played last weekend against Austin Peay in Montgomery, Alabama, and they play against UAB on Thursday of this weekend. So UCA out of the FCS with 2 games already before we hit Labor Day. How about that? And speaking of the Bears, we talked about the turf in our previous conversation with you, Matt Heermans. Do you know arguably their most famous football alumnus as of right now?
No, lay it on me.
Because a lot of people say when you say the most famous University of Central Arkansas alum, they say, oh, yeah, Scottie Pippen. But I'm not talking about basketball. The most famous alum, in my opinion, is Mike Norvell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who was a wide receiver for the UCA Bears back in the early 2000s, and now has found his way after having a great season in 2019 for the Memphis Tigers. He's now the new head football coach of the Florida State Seminoles.
Yeah, talk about a rise, a very quick rise for Coach Norvell. Done a heck of a job.
A couple of neighbors get together down in Hattiesburg on Thursday night as the South Alabama Jags and the Southern Miss Golden Eagles have a game at the Rock. Friday, you got a couple of games also taking place in college football, or maybe you don't. Those games were actually postponed. But a handful of games, let me just run through them. On Saturday, EKU and Marshall, MTSU will be playing at West Point against the Army Black Knights, SMU and Texas State. You also have Houston Baptist in North Texas. Arkansas State and those Memphis Tigers play on Saturday, and the Lumberjacks of Stephen F. Austin and UTEP play on Saturday. And we have a Monday night football game, Matt Heermans. So Labor Day, you can sit back and relax and watch those BYU Cougars take on the Fighting Middies of the United States Naval Academy.
Awesome. So it's better than I thought. It's a lot. It's not a full slate of power conference football games, but it's a football weekend nonetheless. So
you can
fire up the smoker
Monday night, and that is exciting.
That's awesome.
Something we've all been dreaming of these last 6 months or so. Matt Heermans, thank you for coming on, talking a little football, but more importantly, talking a little food. And he's already told us if we can pull out a way to make ribs this holiday weekend, go for it. We look forward to catching up with you again, my friend, and happy Labor Day to you.
Happy Labor Day to you, John, and I will look forward to the next time we meet.
We're all looking forward to that. More of the Y'all Show is coming right up. Stay tuned.
All right, I'm going to go put this baby to bed.